That was a buzzkill as the Warriors ran into a buzzsaw tonight against the Phoenix Suns. They win by 25, 130 to 105. And the good vibes from Wednesday night's win is all but evaporated. And the Warriors will try to go 5-4, finish with a winning record during this critical 9-game stretch. They get blown out, and it wasn't even pretty. After the first quarter, they're trying to figure out how to get Steph going here. As the Warriors, Stephen Curry scored 2 points at the half. We'll have the final tallies in just a second here on Toyota Warriors Postgame Live with the Hall of Famer Chris Mullen, NBA champion Festus Ezeli. I am Bonte Hill. Fezzi fell. Ugh. It was a tough one to watch.
You know how you say that you live by the three, you die by the three, Bonte? Well, that's what it was for the Warriors tonight. I thought the Phoenix Suns really dominated this game with their size. 56-36 was the points in the paint differential between the Suns and the Warriors. 20-point difference in the paint. And then they got whatever they wanted from the three-point line, shooting almost 50% from the three-point line, as well as getting anything you wanted in the paint. That was the story of the game, Bonte.
Yeah, halftime down 11, we talked about them bringing those numbers down, those efficiency numbers. They were 51 from the field, 47 from three. They wound up shooting 56% from the field, as Festus said. They got more field goal attempts, but they could not stop the Phoenix Suns. And that's with Kevin Durant not really having a Kevin Durant-type game. Devin Booker was phenomenal. They got much more support from their bench. So this, as you said, Bonte, was pretty much after the first quarter a beatdown.
Yeah, because it was a good game after the first quarter, 30-27. The Warriors were just down 3, and we thought we were in for an entertaining Friday night special here at Chase Center. However, the Suns going to 16-6.
Big athletic, big as you saw those highlights there. He can block shots, and I think it gives the perimeter defenders, whether it be Kevin Durant, Royce O'Neal, Devin Booker, confidence to get up into their man, force them into the paint because they got Nick Richards back there protecting the rim.
That's a very good pickup for the Phoenix Suns. He's had some monster double-doubles as he learns to play alongside Kevin Durant and Devin Booker. Speaking of Devin Booker, he got snubbed, as you mentioned, Fezzi, from the All-Star game. But he reminded everybody tonight that he is an All-Star in this league. 31 points a game high, 11 assists, a monster double-double, 5 of 11 from the three-point line. Book can go, and he's become a very special player in the NBA. I have a feeling that he still may end up in the Bay Area, Fezzi.
Yeah, I mean, a large part of the fact that he didn't make the team, it was because of a lot of the time that he missed on the floor. Devin Booker, there's no question about his talent. He's a guy that can put the ball in the basket, and this season you see him, the past couple of seasons, actually as a facilitator more, and being the point guard, having to play the point guard role the past couple of seasons, he's now a guy that can give you the points on the board, and he can get his teammates going as well.
Yeah, he's an all-star player. There's no question about that. The lack of team success may have hurt him individually, but there may be some openings with injury reserve. But there's no doubt about Devin Booker's status as an all-star player in this league.
Yeah, averaging over 25 points per game this season. Mm-hmm. He is a walking bucket. Meanwhile, Stephen Curry on the other end has been struggling from the floor as the scoring. No Jonathan Kuminga, no Draymond Green. The spacing has been decreased with Stephen Curry. And tonight he just had the 2 points in the first half. He finishes 5 of 14. But if they want to beat teams like Phoenix, like OKC, like the big dogs in the Western Conference, Mully, they're going to need more than 14 points. He's just struggling to find space right now.
Yeah, and this Phoenix Suns team has length on every position. And they made a coaching change. Coach Mike Budenholzer comes from the San Antonio Tree, and you can see the defensive philosophy. Easier said than done, but get Steph Curry to his left hand, make him play off the dribble, give him 0, if possible, catch and shoot or flat-footed three-point shots. So running Steph off the three-point line, making him play inside the paint. And then their defense at the back line has Nick Richards. They have Plumlee. They've got some bigs there to make those shots contested.
Well, not only are they making him contest the shots, halfway through the game, they just had Tyus Jones just start denying and just playing straight up back to the rest of the team and just denying Steph, making sure that he was every catch that he had was going to be tough. This is where you have to take advantage of that gravity we talk about. Whenever you have a guy playing Steph that tough, it means that there's a little bit more space. When the Warriors were missing layups and getting their shots blocked by Nick Richards, that size was bothering the Warriors. Then the Phoenix Suns just kept doubling down on that defensive approach, really trying to take Steph Curry out of the game because he's a guy that can get going easy.
And what it really is, this Warriors team, obviously a 500 team, they've had a hard time outside of that 12-3 stretch to start with of having a continuity in their flow and rhythm. So, we saw last game with Oklahoma City Thunder. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander gets 52, but the rest of the stars don't find their rhythm. Now, when they're double-teaming Steph, as Festus said, if all of a sudden you get to the paint, you're getting shots blocked, you get a little reluctant to take those shots. Now Steph hasn't found his rhythm, and your role players are not in rhythm. And that's kind of what happened tonight. I thought Phoenix dictated the flow of the game, the rhythm of the game, and with their size and length, I thought their defense really took the Warriors' offense, made it a one-on-one game, which is really not the Warriors' game at all.
And we're starting to see the blueprint from teams around the league, starting with the Memphis Grizzlies, face guarding Steph, turning your back to everybody else and making sure that Steph doesn't go crazy on you. Just 6 3-point attempts, doing a good job of limiting him from those 3-point attempts. A great job by the Phoenix Suns defense. But again, the Warriors, they got work to do offensively. This stat is mind-boggling to me, as they had the lowest percentage when it comes to making layups. How many bunnies did they miss tonight? Well, look at how many bunnies they miss all season long. This one drives Fezzi crazy. He just wants to see some dunks here. Warriors 29th in the league, the NBA worst team layup percentage here. 29th in the league. So you're 29th in the league when it comes to converting layups. You're dead last when it comes to free throw shooting, and you don't get to the free throw line a lot. So a recipe for a disastrous season here.
Yeah, Bunty. I mean, this is part of, when you play small, as the Warriors do a lot, when you play small, part of the issue is you have to find a way to still score inside. And with the playmakers the Warriors have, you have to play fast. That's the whole point of increasing the pace, because a lot of times you can just get down. When you get steals and you get stops, you can get down before the big man gets down. They just had the Phoenix Suns playing with the big man, whether it was Mason Plumlee or it was Nick Richards. Both of these guys just camped in the paint and were just waiting for any of the guys to come into and there was block shots there, and the Warriors were kind of settling from the three-point line. When you start settling for those shots instead of getting those layups, those easy baskets, those are the things that break it open to where you can get easier shots on the three-point line. I thought the Warriors started to settle in the second half.
Yeah, that stat right there tells me they're not getting separation on their drives. So to me, a contested layup is not a great shot. I'd much rather take a wide-open, 12-foot, on-balance jump shot as opposed to a contested layup. If you're not getting that separation on a straight line drive and get all the way to the rim, to me that's actually not a layup. That's a tough shot when you're being contested by Plumlee or Nick Richards and you got someone behind you. So to me that's partially physical, right? The length and the athleticism, but it's also the decision making. And we know with analytics these days, the defense is trying to take away three-point shot and layups. So all that real estate in the middle is wide open. And I was actually, kidding with one of the guys. I met one of the Phoenix Suns analytical guys. I said, well, you guys shoot some two-point shots. Would you analytical people hate them? He said, yeah, but we have Devin Booker and Kevin Durant. So those shots are available. So to me, I go back to Don Nelson. He always used to tell us, shoot open shots. Yep. Just because you get closer to the basket doesn't mean it's a better shot.
Got to duck it home, Fezzi fell.
Listen, when I look at the Phoenix Suns, this is a team. The Phoenix Suns. This is one of the teams that's in that box and are going to be playing. If the playoffs started tomorrow, this is one of the teams that would be playing against the higher seeded Houston Rockets, Oklahoma City Thunder. And this is a team with Kevin Durant, Devin Booker, and Bradley Beal coming off the bench. So highly dangerous, very tough team with superstars, and they have a lot of firepower, as you saw tonight.
This Phoenix Suns team is made for the playoffs. You think about matchups and the positions that they could dominate in a slower game. Look at these numbers. They shot 56% from the field. What was it, 40?
48.7 from three.
And had 42 assists.
Right.
Think about
numbers. Great numbers. And Bradley Beal, if he settles in on that bench role, this is a dynamic firepower player off the bench. If he could give you this, 9 to 12 from the floor, 21. Bradley Beal's a starter, and he's been a perennial all-star in this league.
Bradley Beal's a 20-point-a-game scorer in the NBA. He's dealt with some injury issues coming in here, trying to really find his niche. Because when he came in, they were trying to get him to play the point guard role. He's more of a scoring guard. So maybe coming off the bench is giving him that boost or giving the Phoenix Suns that boost they need scoring-wise. But you saw him do a little bit of everything tonight. He was getting out there in the passing lane, getting some steals, running in transition. When he gets going like that, it's really hard to stop the Phoenix Suns.
Not a bad backcourt off the bench. Grayson Allen and Bradley Beal.
No question. But don't you think it makes sense? You have Kevin Durant and Devin Booker in the starting lineup. You want them guys to get a lot of field goal attempts. So having Bradley Beal not playing with them makes a lot of sense. Coach Bud knows what he's doing, and he's coached on some great teams with deep San Antonio teams. That's why they took Ginobili off the bench. So it kind of makes sense to me, and I would think a performance like this pretty good selling point as we get closer to the trade deadline.
He still played 28 minutes tonight for the Phoenix Suns as they get the big win and blow the Warriors out by 25 points. So Orlando is coming to town for me.